Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Isabella Bank's YouTube channel, where we discuss all things Harry, Meghan, and their level up journey. This time, we're going to be discussing Archwell moving forward, ignoring the noise of the United Kingdom. I was growing up, I used to think the people in the UK were so posh, so reasonable, so mature. It's quite a disappointment to get older and then suddenly realize that actually they're quite childish. They're quite corrupt, seem to lack character at in all respects. It's quite shocking to see this of the United Kingdom. The current state of them at the moment is quite shocking. Anyway, in this video, we're going to be discussing how James Holt took the lead in a conversation with the Responsible Technology Youth Power Fund, which convened in New York last week. And I felt the necessary to try to separate the topics we were discussing in the video, because sometimes the great deeds of the Sussexes get lost when we combine all the topics together in one video. Besides, it also helps me increase the amount of views and revenue that comes to the videos if I'm able to split the videos or the topics that I talk about into several videos. So that's the reason why the movement today has been a bit awkward, but we'll continue to find better ways of going about it. Anyway, in case you missed it, James Holt took the lead in the conversation with Nabiha Syed,
Excuse me.
the
Bless
CEO.
you.
Pardon? Bless you.
I said bless you.
Thank you.
The CEO of the Markup and the 2023 winner of the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award, to discuss work around ethical AI and online systems. So, a statement on Sussex.com explains that a founding member of the Responsible Technology Youth Power Fund, as a founding member of the Responsible Technology Youth Power Fund, the Archwell Foundation is supporting the next generation of leaders who are pioneering innovation into technology and online advocacy to make our online world more inclusive, safe for all, and accountable to all. James Holt met with youth leaders and partners of the Responsible Technology Youth Power Fund in New York for a chance to collaborate and connect at the fund's inaugural in-person convening. So they have done the planning stage and they have now moved over to the in-person meetings. I just love the way the Sussexes move, honestly. So organized.
So with
Funded
no leaks.
with no leaks. Exactly. With no leaks.
I love it.
So it's founded in 2023. The Responsible Technology Youth Power Fund was awarded £2 million to a cohort of 26 organizations focused on building a safer, more inclusive online world. The project includes innovative solutions the responsible to combat the irresponsible use of AI and promoting the safety and well-being of online communities. So while the people in the UK are doing think pieces on Jam, our faves are doing the work to combat the real issues which are rising up in the modern world today, not the world of 1304. which the royal family seems to be stuck in, but the world today, they're interested in what is happening in the world today. Okay. So once again, I would advocate for anyone who has not subscribed to my channel to go ahead to subscribe, just because we have people who might just be joining us. I would love to come out of this and seeing this live stream to see that the subscriber volume has been bumped up by at least 25 new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, be enticed
Subscribe.
and mesmerized by my voice and go ahead.
Subscribe.
Guys, what are you guys thinking about this move, seeing as Harry and Meghan weren't even here, but the work is going on, and James Holt is taking the lead, and they're not even afraid to let him. That is the one thing I noticed about it, because that's the $2 million fund, which is huge, right? And they
Right.
just let him go in and take the lead on it, which means that they have grown to the point where they can afford to move him to manage that. That's major.
It is.
And it
But
shows that they're growing.
I hope that I'm sure that they have hired excellent help because they have had no leaks. All the moves that they have made, they have driven the British press out of their minds because they can't figure out where they're going. They barely find out where they've been. They don't know what they're going to do. They gave the Netflix chief some kind of award they want to give him, trying to bribe him, I guess, to find out what Harry and Meghan is doing. He accepted it. Did he already come over there and get it? Or is it going to be in the future?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when it's going to be?
Well,
when the Netflix person is going to come over and get whatever bogus award Charles said he was going to get.
oh, I will check actually. I will check and find out whether he's gotten it already. Well,
I don't
I
know
don't
why
think
he
that.
would accept that. I can't figure out why he would accept, but he did say in his statement later on that people really are interested in Harry and Meghan in Britain, which is why I guess they had to hire somebody to take care of Britain and Europe because their popularity
Yeah.
is increasing there. So that's good.
What was your thought on that when you saw that he had accepted that award? Or
You
rather,
know
he was
what?
due to, because you have, I feel like you have, I don't know what the process is. And actually, that reminds me to find out. Let me
I
make a
just
Which
note.
wasn't sure
award?
where he was coming from with that. What do you think, Lady Rose? Because I didn't know where he was coming from, so I'm just
Which
kind of
award are
wow.
you guys talking about?
The
Prince Charles.
OBE or the MBE or whatever BE that he was supposed, the MD is CEO of Netflix, that Ted Sarandos. He was,
Oh, the guy who got the medal of honor or something from the king.
Yeah,
yes,
we try to figure
exactly.
out why
Oh,
he's
you know
not
what I
British.
really think about that? It was a bribe.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
he
That's
got
what I'm saying.
bribed so he could turn against Harry and Meghan. But guess what? That guy's wife is a black woman. That
Mm,
guy's dad's father used to be called the godfather of Hollywood for the black people. So I do
yeah.
not believe that lady's gonna let that just like
Yeah.
their trick to
Well,
succeed in batching Harry and Meghan or doing anything wrong to them.
Mm,
So
no,
I
it's
do
just
not
that.
believe that's going to succeed because back in the day, well, until like when Meghan got married to the royal family, I
mm,
really thought English people were smart people. Until when I saw how they broke loose and the level they lowered themselves to our level with the civilians, it's just so shameful. Like them even coming about their jams 2 3 days ago on TV. I thought those people are so ridiculous, and I believe that medal given to that guy was just a bribe for them not to support Harry and Meghan.
that was so
That's all they.
embarrassing. I was embarrassed.
Mhm.
With all that
I'm
psychological training over all those years, making everybody think that those people were the gods because they kept saying they were gods and they're above everybody else, when really they're the lowest common denominator, a bunch of inbreds, so their genes are deteriorating. They're not that bright. They're vicious. They're racist. That's what it is. It's the racist part. That's what's destroying them. That's what they were built on. That's where they get all their money from. That's where they got their stolen jewels from. And
Mm-hmm.
this is, it's just imploding all around them. And the fact that they still have that arrogance, I mean, it's just, they're going to die with it because they're not going to give it up. They're not going to give it up. They don't think Megan deserves what she has, that she shouldn't be here, that she's somehow tainting their blood with her children. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so this is uh
Can
this is
you
going to be
imagine
interesting
if it
year. I
gets
agree
to
with
the
Cat
point
Williams.
where one of Megan's children has to become the king of the UK? I mean, they're so far down in the line of succession that that is hardly a possibility. But I'm just saying, if
all
it
right,
comes,
Wheezy.
Right.
You know the word that you are saying there, impossible? That same word there says itself, I am possible. Read it well. Impossible says, I am possible. So there is no impossible down here.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you'll be surprised.
It'll be
You'll
absolutely
be
shocking.
surprised.
The
We
UK will go into convulsions. It will be like one of those movies that what's the name of that comedian, American comedian that they came this there was a movie and then they said someone died and he was the only relative who could step in and become the king, and he was such a he was already working. He wasn't working like a high power job. He was hardly educated, and so of course when he came here he completely made a mess. And yes, it was the British media that actually drove him away actually. So it's
they
very
drive
funny
everybody
that
away.
that was inserted into, yeah, because they were reporting on all the things he was doing, and when he was reading it, coming from such a private life and then becoming a king, a private life and not in high powered circles. So to see himself being written about in such a manner, I think caused him to go into depression until he said, "Screw this! I'm not doing this." And then he just left them and went to America. But they need to
So he
have
just
someone.
snapped, is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
He just snapped and said, I'm out of here. I'm sorry.
Anyway, should we begin the calling?
Oh, you know one thing here. Let me say this. Did say like when the thing came out about Andrew and Kate, and so she disappeared. But you know the right time when this came about it was when Piers Morgan said that the King Charles was called and Kate. That's when they simultaneously disappeared together.
Rizita, yes. King Ralph. King Ralph, he made such a mess of, well, he made such a mess because he was not expecting that he was going to be called upon ever in his life to become the monarch. And so when they called on him, I think he was working a blue collar job. He was doing, I don't remember what it was he was doing, but he certainly was not like well educated. He was a beer and pizza kind of person. And they brought him here and they were telling him, "Will you use the knife here and the fork here?" He was like, "I'm not doing that." Everything they were trying to retrain him, and he just was not having it. Eventually, he left. Eventually, he left. But Megan was definitely a lot more polished than the gentleman that I am talking about. Andrea says, "Hi again. I was disappointed he took it. Me too. But then again, somehow the British royal family, they managed to make those the honor system something that everyone strives towards. Meanwhile, it means as much as those medals they keep awarding themselves.
Yeah, those
I'm
people they
sorry.
they like a power without doing the job because guess what? They are used to getting everything free.
Mm.
They inherited everything, even the life of their the their breath is inherited from somewhere. The lazy bunch of people. And we well, guys, about the AI, we did not get asked our opinion, but I'm gonna throw in my opinion real quick
Sorry, I beg your
before.
pardon. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, so that AI thing, it just came
Let's
after
see.
Kate's AI video was dropped on the media with green
Yeah.
screen. That's exactly when Prince Harry, some article came up in America on American media saying they're gonna monitor AI around the elections because there are lots of people misusing AI out there. So I thought that was a big shade. That was well calculated. Those Uncle Billy is AI up. So his little brother was like, well, you know what? This is the only way we can open people's eyes because,
Yeah.
yeah, it's coming from the top. So we need to suppress it down here so we could protect the civilians, me
Yeah.
and you. So that's my input.
Hmm.
No, thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me. Actually, I forgot. Um, Sussex Love, did you want to add anything?
My sound is fading. My sound was fading out on me.
Okay. Sussex
I
Love,
was
did
just
you want
gonna
to add
say,
anything? Yeah.
can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, the British press, um, they're all hiding something, and I mean, I'm afraid on one hand it might be so terrible that it would affect even Harry and Meghan, but on the other hand, if it's just that it all implodes, then what's going to happen then? You know, but something is
Yeah.
going to happen.
The whole of the UK needs to be cleansed, as a matter of fact. And I think that's what Harry was trying to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the sense and the feeling that I'm getting just observing the Sussexes is that they have grown a lot stronger. They're in a better position by far than when the way they were when this whole mess started. They might have known that all they wanted to do was to walk away, but it's clear they had no real plan. And it's after they left that they said, right, now we've left, now what? And I love the way that they dug deep down and they did the research, proper research on how to brand themselves. And they have been following the plan. And to me, I don't feel like nowadays it just seems like even people who are reporting favorably about Harry and Meghan, there's something they say to preface any favorable statement they want to say, and it makes me wonder because they say things like, well, you don't have to agree with all of them. In fact, some of the things they do are quite silly, but you can't deny X, Y, Z. And I think back and I can't think of anything that Harry and Meghan have done which is silly.
Mm.
I can't think back of anything that they have done. What I think they're trying to say is we as British people may not um, value whatever it is that Harry and Meghan have done. Like, okay, when Harry sent a wreath to be offered at the remembrance of the UK's version of the fallen soldiers, and they refused to place his wreath.
Hmm.
That was actually the UK who were acting silly in that circumstance. If I were a mother watching my son, I would be so proud of Harry because he already knew that they were being hostile towards him. But he did allow his emotions to overwhelm his decision making process. This is a duty he has always performed, regardless of what is happening. He will continue to do his duty. That's admirable by sane people. Sane, I said, sane.
But they do what they always do. They
Yeah,
try to hurt him by by taking away the things that mean the most to him. So
Mm,
any jab they can do with the military, anything they can do with that, because they know that hurts him. They know he really loves those veterans. The way, like he said in the meeting, he made sure that they understood he was worried the most about his family's security. That
yeah.
was on his mind, that his family be secure because of all the threats and what happened to his mother. He
Mm,
was making that clear to them so they understood it perfectly when Charles took it all away.
right. And that
So
was where they made sure that they took that security away from him,
he
since
knew
that
what
is
he
what
feared the
was hurting
most.
him. Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what he went for. He went right for it.
yeah.
So this is his
Okay, we're
father
going
that
to
he,
open the floor now for anybody in the chat who would like to come up and give their opinion on the various things that we've talked about. You can, I'm going to leave the link in the chat. If you want to come up and say something, you have a short window in order to do so. If not, then we will just move straight to the archetypes quiz, which we have uh, planned for the end of this live stream. While you're doing that, I'm going to look at the comment section. So Lady Rose is busy here. She says AI statement coming from H&M is relevant. Uncle Billy is AI'd up. Gwendolyn says Harry and Meghan are absolutely too smart for the idiots. Yep. They're usually 10 steps ahead. Mm. When it came out about Andrew and Kate and the other, she hasn't been seen anymore. A fact which I keep on forgetting is when we're discussing this, we should also remember that William has always said that he wanted to start doing his royal engagements by himself without Kate by his side, because whenever Kate is around, the media focus too much attention on her hair, her clothes. And then people now started saying, ooh, it seems like someone is getting jealous of the attention that Kate gets. Do you guys remember that?
yes, we do.
Yeah, I remember that, and I heard this. This is kind of common thing that happens in that monarchy. It's
Mm,
always when the wife is popular, the husband tries to kill the wife or do something to them
mm,
and make them disappear or divorce them. It's always like that. Apparently, the same thing happened to Princess Diana. And the older ones, those ones in medieval ages, those kings used to do the same thing. So if the people like you more than they like the king, because those
yeah.
kings, they're always mean people. It's like those
Mm,
people have no heart. It's
mm.
always like that. So they just always try to get rid of those popular women. So I'm guessing probably this is what Uncle Billy's doing here. God bless them.
Well, if they know that they are so sensitive to the women, because women are always more interesting than men, whatever field, right? If you're not talking about the hair, then you're talking about the fashion. Meanwhile, the men, I mean, all they do is to wear a suit. I mean, okay, Hollywood is a bit more different because they're a lot more creative in what men wear there. But basically, if they're not in the creative industry, then when you're looking at a man, for instance, like a William or someone who is in the financial world, whatever world, other corporate organizations, all they do is to wear a black suit. That's it. There's nothing interesting. It's the women who are more interesting because they change their hair up, their makeup up. They found a way to make things more interesting. So they
Well,
should
those
have.
people try to compare themselves with the Hollywood. You know, the Hollywood people actually have they have talent. And those people ain't got no talent. But they get everything free. And they
Yeah.
want to be adored like a Hollywood stars. I feel so sorry for these people though. Their ego is just so terrible.
The ego is terrible. It is a case of the king has no clothes, and who's going to tell him? They surrounded themselves with yes people, and who's going to tell them that they are not wearing any clothes. Okay, I dropped the link in the comment section. Thank you, Sussex Spotlight, for being with us. Have a good evening. Bye. Hi, Steve Waver Lee. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, you know, I haven't mentioned the channel membership. We still have a lot of spaces. So if you would like to support the channel, please go ahead to join the channel membership. There are two levels. There's one for $4.99 and one for $12.99. So go ahead and look at the perks and support the channel by joining the channel membership. All right, guys, are you ready for the archetypes quiz? All right.
Okay. I'm not ready for this one.
I am ready to cheat. Bring it on.
Well, we're going to see how
The
quickly you
purpose
can.
is not to cheat. The purpose is to win fairly. It's all love.
Okie dokie. So this archetypes quiz, we are discussing episode 8, Good Wife, Bad Wife, Good Mom, Bad Mom, with Sophie Gregor Trudeau and Pamela Adlon and Sam J. The first question is, who does Megan refer to as the patron saint of divorced women? A. Gloria Steinem, B. Cree Summer, C. Pamela Adlon, D. Megan herself. I'm setting the timer. You have 30 seconds.
I actually did not cheat that one, I must confess.
All right.
Okay, let me see. Let's go to the answer and see what it is.
Yay!
Ah.
We got this right. And y'all know, speaking of divorced women in English monarchy, the royal family, do y'all know the Princess Michael was also divorced from somebody in 70s before she married the other Michael, the queen's brother, cousin?
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
Yeah, she was
Wow.
divorced too. But they
Yeah.
only amplify the divorce when it comes to the black person.
Yeah.
And anything else they could think of.
Or anything else they could think of. Let's move to the second
Yeah.
one. What awards did Pamela Adlon win for her voice work as Bobby on King of the Hill? A. Oscar, B. Emmy, C. Golden Globe, D. Grammy. Gwendolyn Daniel says that old racist cow. Woo!
Tell us how you really feel, Gwen.
Okay. Let's see the answer to that one. Emmy.
Well, I was just gonna cheat, but my network is bad. So
The network is not cooperating.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
So the next one is, according to Pamela Adlam, what is a full pirate name? A. Jupiter the Generous, Thunder Road, Mighty Heart, patron saint of divorced women. B. Neptune the Noble, Lightning Path, protector of the seas. C. Saturn the Strong, Stormy Skies, defender of the galaxy. D. Mars the Magnificent, Fiery Courage, warrior of the red planet. My God, these names are ridiculous.
Yes,
But
they are.
okay. Let's see the answer to the question. Jupiter the Generous. It's A. Thunder
I
Road.
hate y'all. I just hate you.
Why?
Because she can't cheat.
Because I got it wrong.
Somebody
I
not,
got it wrong. So
somebody's not competitive. Somebody's competitive.
Okay, let's move on to the fourth one. How many seasons did Pamela Adlam's TV show Better Things run for? A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, D, 6.
Okay, baby, well, see what you just ain't gonna try now. Is that what you say?
So,
You
since
feel
love,
we just guess.
do you have a book by you? I thought you said you didn't go over your content.
I did not. I did
I'm
not
getting
because
a
I
bit
just when the
suspicious
first time
now.
I saw it, but the first time I saw it, but I haven't done it since.
Mm.
There's a such thing as blessings, you know.
All right. So the answer to that one is indeed 5. And
I
moving on.
almost switched to 5.
Moving
I
on to the
almost switched my answer to 5. Seriously.
You'll get the next one. You'll get it. You'll get the next one.
what nationality is Pamela Adlan's mother? A. British, B. Canadian, C. American, D. Australian. 15 seconds starts now. Julie Isabella Banks says, good evening, Isabella Banks. Are you Jamaican? Uh, wow. And what is the answer to the question? Yes. Eh, mm, 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 mm.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I am on the roll.
You are
I
next.
love win.
And I know there's
I
no
love win.
book on this podcast.
I forgot
So
prayers going
let's
up to love
move
win.
on to the sixth one. We're on number 6 now, 4 more to go. When Pamela reached out to her girlfriends about menopause, what was their surprising response? A, please don't tell anybody I told you this. B, I'm too hot to handle. C, men who pause are the worst. D, let's throw a menopause party. I think that would be what I would say. So let's put 15-second timer on. Linda Linear Alba says, ah, shucks.
What you put, love wins? I mean, I'm thinking about it. I got her on my mind. What you put,
Lady
Lady
Rose,
Rose?
she said, I'm too hot to handle.
Yeah, I figured.
Yes.
Don't tell anybody I told you this, is what she said.
Oh, okay. I missed that one.
I'm just gonna put the answer that resonates with my brain.
You're doing a Cynthia now.
I'm being Cynthia today. Cynthia, where are you at?
So you just gonna guess?
So, what did Pamela say her girlfriend's reaction was when she proposed involving a ninja turtle? A, it involved pizza and a 90s themes party. B, she asked for a prenup. C, she thought it was radical. D, she questioned her taste in partners. And 15-second timer. Hey, Paulette, how are you doing? How you keeping? Uh, whoa.
Now that I look at it, maybe I should have put B.
Let's see. It involved
Louise,
pizza
I love
and
you.
Oh, yay! Put B. Almost put B.
I'm sure Louise just saw my answer. She trusted me. I love you, sis. God bless
No,
you.
you silly. You are silly.
Ah, I'm
Every
laughing
man for
so
themselves,
hard.
Louise. Every man for themselves.
All right, we're almost done. We're on the eighth one, two more left to go. According to Pamela, what advice would she give to someone making the choice to get married? A, get a prenup and a good lawyer. B, make sure you really like their family. C, always leave room for the winds of heaven to dance between you. And D, don't forget the wedding cake.
Ladies, I'm just gonna say A, no matter what, if it's the
Yeah,
correct
I'm
answer
going
or
with you
not.
on that.
Get a
I'm gonna
prenup.
go. I'm gonna go with that because that's
Yes,
sensible. Because I can't
get
remember
that
what.
prenup.
So I'm just gonna go with logical. Although B is also something to consider.
This is love. I can't believe that.
I mean, come on, I'm gonna tell you from
And
experience,
you know,
and
it's
you
really
consider.
relevant to the Sussexes as well. Make sure you really like their family.
That's got to be number
No,
two at
think
least.
about the
Number two
money,
got to be
people.
one, two. Got to be one, two. You got to.
The
Let's
answer to
think
the
about the
question.
prenup first and get a good lawyer.
I
I'm
said
telling you
one,
from
two.
experience.
Prenup and then the family. Got to be one, two. Got to be one, two combination.
Well, they were thinking more romantically, and they have very poetic words of advice. Always leave room for the winds of heaven to dance between you. So,
Okay.
the
Somebody smarter
ninth,
than me is gonna tell me what that
Well,
means.
but your family, no matter what she says, my advice to sister, get the prenup. Especially if you're getting married to some guy who makes lesser money than you. sign that prenup and get yourself some good lawyer. Don't get a lawyer like mine that I ended up firing in 1 month in.
Oh dear.
So yeah,
Wow.
get that prenup. Them broke boys out here, they be looking, they be fishing. Them bad boys are bad.
They're
Okay.
looking for a woman who can bring something to the table.
They're
Exactly.
looking for a sugar mama. They're looking for a sugar mama.
That
Mhm.
would be, oh, oh, I spent so much time talking. I didn't even read the question. Sorry
Oh,
about that. Oh dear. What was Pamela's reaction when she realized her kids were out all the time or at their jobs? A, I threw a party. B, I felt the silence was deafening. C, I took up knitting. D, I joined a book club. Mm. Lady Rose
that's
says
gonna be
A.
my answer.
Oh my God.
Yep, me too.
True.
I made it. You made it. Get out.
Right?
Okay. Nice. Nice. Mm. All right. Let's see the answer to that question. I felt the silence was deafening because everybody,
Okay.
she became an empty nester.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. And the last one is, how did Pamela describe her experience of motherhood when her children were young? A, like a circus without a tent. B, like a roller skate, like being on a coaster blindfolded. I can't see now. C, like herding cats in a thunderstorm. D, like being under the gun with 3 kids. Gwen says, loved the silence. uh,
I know that's right. Okay. It's probably B, but I really like the sound of C, so I'm just gonna pick C.
like herding cats in a thunderstorm. Okay, let's see what it is. Being under the gun with 3 kids. Tell you who else
Wow.
has a book by their side. It's Karen Stevenson. She knows her archetypes quiz very well. Stevenson. So, do you know how many
I'm
questions you got right, Sussex Love? 5. So you are the winner. You are in first place.
Yay!
you're kidding.
And
Congratulations.
That is shocking.
then,
That's because Love Wins is not here. But that's okay, I'll take it anyway.
yeah, you took your crown back. And then Karen Stevenson came second place. Yay.
But I'm not like Uncle Billy. If my sibling is winning, my sister's winning, doing good, I'm all for it. Yay!
Yay.
Congrats! Uncle Billy, terrible. And that boy be telling people in Middle East to put their guns down, but that
I
boy,
know, right? The
he ain't got
outright
no peace in his
hypocrisy
own
of it
home.
all. Ridiculous.
How you gonna preach peace to others when you're not practicing it under your roof, bro? Uncle Billy, what's up? How you doing?
And
Yeah.
in third place, we had AU95KA. So that's us done for this evening. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Do you know we've been on for almost 2 hours?
Wow, it
Almost two
didn't seem like it
hours.
was
On
that long.
each one, we've done, if not more than actually, but on each one, Karen Stevenson says, I only got one wrong. I believe I was answering before the timer began. Okay.
Oh,
Mm. And AU95KA says, thank you. Uh, Linear Alba says, I never would have thought it would be D. On which one? Oh, this one. How did how did Pamela describe her experience of motherhood when her kids were young, like being under the gun with three kids? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one either.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for spending time with us this evening. And thank you to my
Uh,
co-hosts as well for joining
thank you.
me this evening
Thank
and tolerating the move from video to video. I'll try to find a better way of going about it next week, but it has been
I'm
very
glad to
helpful.
learn different things. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
And thank
Thank
you,
you for
Lady
having
Rose,
me.
for your
It's been
perspective. I
fun.
actually didn't think about the shade that Harry
Thank
and
you,
Meghan.
everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for making everything fun. And yes,
Yeah,
look forward to talking to y'all guys next time when if
next
I
time.
ever get invited because Weezy just thinks I'm a great, great. Sometimes you're gonna need those great, great sisters on the board.
Yes, you do.
I love y'all, family.
No, you need everybody, You
I
need the
love you
quiet
too.
one, you need the cray cray one, you need the in between. Uh,
Right.
like in my mother's,
Combination. You need a combination.
my mother had between my parents. So my dad was first of five children, and my mom was first of 11 girls. And my mom was kind of like me, a bit quiet, but very firm. But she had one sister. Everyone knew to call her when things were going down. Like,
That's me.
it says, "Oh, things are going left. Okay, don't worry. I'll call Teresa." When
Right.
Teresa gets there, she clears the
Ain't going to the left.
whole area.
Fix her,
That's
huh?
me in the
Like the
family.
old
I'll
personal
show up.
family fixer.
I'll show up.
Anyway, thank you guys so much. And until next time, this is Wheezy signing out. Thank you, Sussex Love. Thank you, Lady Rose.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
It was
Bye bye. You
fun.
have a great evening.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye,
Take care.
everybody. Bye, my queens. Thank you.
Bye bye.